Hello and welcome to another update video about GALA. We want to take a look at the GALA chart and take a look at what GALA is doing at the moment. Generally, the ecosystem I think is expanding here. I can see at least a check today. Some of you will already know there seems to be a new game that has been announced, which is here Superior. Seems to be able to try it already, so I need to take a look at that. Because what I'm a friend of, I'm not really a gamer, but because I am invested in GALA as well, I want to understand what they're actually doing. And I think that is important for everybody to make sure to understand what you're actually investing in. We all need to understand that generally, like all metaverse cryptos or gaming cryptos, I think there is a little bit of a higher risk here because you never know with games, you never know with metaverse, never know what is going to make it. So we all need to be convinced about our own investments, but on the other hand, I think GALA is one of the gaming cryptos or metaverse cryptos or gaming ecosystem cryptos, which is, let's say, less risky than some others where you're only buying a coin or token that is relating to one single game. As you can see here in their ecosystem, they have this Superior, The Walking Dead Empires, Legends Reborn, Spider Tanks, Townstar, Miranda's Legacy, Last Expedition, Echoes of Empire. Can't wait for these two here because I am pretty much quite a lot into science fiction, and Fortified. But as I said, I'm not a gamer. Not a full-time gamer. And most of these are still in development. Most of these are still in development. But you can already play that Spider Tanks one, possibly already that Superior one, and what is the other one? Where is the Townstar one? Yeah, you can play that Townstar one. And Miranda's I really liked. Reminded me of that World of Warcraft that I played as a child, a little bit at least. But that was only a pre-test, I think, when I tried it. It seems like at the moment this is not available anymore. But this could be big. And while a lot of metaverse or crypto games have a lot of promises, I have my doubts about a lot of these which are currently out there in development, because a lot of the companies which are behind these crypto games, they have limited experience in terms of actually programming games. But GALA, I do trust more than others because they have already proven with, for example, Spider Tanks that they can create a fun game. Also with Townstar, it is actually quite fun. But it all, rises and falls with the players. But GALA certainly popular, and let's take a look at what the price is doing. Currently, it is doing pretty much still what we talked about already in the previous video. We are here above an ascending trend line. I told you, as long as we are above this ascending trend line, that immediate uptrend is intact. Obviously, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that GALA, obviously after the metaverse pump here back or end of last year, backed by Meta or Facebook, we had that was basically the metaverse crypto's first major pump. We have come down in a wave 2, beautifully reached that 88.7% fib level at 16 cents. Absolutely spot on. This was, by the way, the target area where I told you when we were coming down here that this is where with the highest likelihood we are going to turn around. As always, it is this in a wave 2, typically that range between the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level and the 78.6%. Sometimes also between the 61.8% fib level. So you could expand that target area all the way up to the 61.8. But most cryptos and also young assets, could also be a stock, shares, they typically come down into this region of these two fib levels, okay? And then somewhere in here, typically by touching one of these fib levels, either the 78.6 or the 88.7. And by the way, there they turn around, And by the way, there are many, many examples in the stocks and shares market where this is happening as well. And it really, really happens time and time again. Not a coincidence. TA works, and it really oftentimes are these two fib levels. And that's also why oftentimes you see with a new crypto, when it does its first pump, it typically comes down to that quite a lot again, and typically to these target areas in that wave 2. This will obviously change going forward as we make a wave 3, as we make a wave 4 and a wave 5 and so on. But it's certainly interesting. So since then we have obviously, as expected, started to move up. have now exited that target area again. So the price has moved above the 78.6% fib level, which is good, which is healthy. Now the price though needs to move up further because it is not really moving a lot. I mean, the low was here around, well, that lowest low was around 15 to 16 cents. We haven't seen that again. And since then the price has been moving up. I mean, there was a huge spike all the way up to 40 cents. Now that has already corrected down again. And since then we have carefully started to rise again. We are back above the 20-day moving average, which is a positive sign. Now, what is next? We need to break above that. And it's a bit unclear which level we are looking out for here because of these long wicks. But if I go to the 4-hour chart, it might be a bit clearer. I think what we certainly need to get beyond is that 26.8 cent level. I think we can expect a little bit of a boost when we break above that. We tried it, got rejected. And this could become here a little bit like what we've seen with many other cryptos, a little bit like a cup and handle pattern, yeah, where you got rejected and now we're building here this first handle, maybe a little bit of a triangle or whatever that might become, and then we could really go up here. Cardano has done a similar thing, just without the handle. VeChain has broken out yesterday as well out of this pattern, and this is really getting past that first rejection point, those previous highs, and I think then we can break out to possibly even that next high, which would be around 35 cents. I think that can happen then fairly quickly, and we can even take a look at the VPVR just to see where would be the next peaks. Let's see. Yeah, and that would be at around here on the VPVR. The next peak would be around 33 cents, so not quite to that 36 cent level, but 33. I think this is where sort of the major next resistance would be starting. We are, in terms of the 4-hour chart, above the EMA ribbon still. Told you in the last video already that we had that long signal here on the EMA ribbon. And on the 8-hour chart, we are also above the EMA ribbon, and we also had a long signal here and on the daily chart. And this is probably what really makes it interesting now at where we currently are. You can see all these EMAs here. We are just trying to push through here. And I think as soon as you really get above that 26.8 cent level, then we are also above the EMA ribbon on the daily. You can see already that these EMAs down here start to cross, and you will then, when they all crossing, you will get a buy or a long signal here on the daily chart for the EMA ribbon. That could also give it another boost. And because I always get asked what kind of EMA ribbons are these, check out TradingView indicators. And if you don't use TradingView, you can find a link in the video description. You just type in EMA ribbon. It's as simple as that. And then it is the very, very first one here by Domenico Siletti. Yeah. One of the most popular ones on here as well. And this shows these long and short signals when these EMAs cross one way or the other. And that is pretty much here the update on GALA. What I forgot in the last video is really to tell you what would be the target for the next major wave to the upside if we now really keep going. And by the way, there is still downside potential. So if you lose that ascending trend line here, you can come down easily back again into the target area deeper, possibly all the way down to 16 cents. So that downtrend or downward potential is not over yet. But since the low, I mean, yeah, GALA did move, but in the last few days it hasn't really moved a lot. Other cryptos have already moved quite a lot. I think GALA has a bit to catch up, to be honest. Now for the next major wave to the upside, we can expect at least a $1.36 GALA price. That's the minimum. Could even go up all the way to $2.16, which would nearly be a 10x from here, 8, 9, 10x maybe. And yeah, that is pretty much GALA at the moment. Hopefully you liked the update about GALA. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, where you can get access to the weekly live stream. Today there is one later at 5 o'clock UTC. And then you can also get access as a silver member to the Telegram live chat groups and the Discord server with a lot of additional content, my own buy and sell orders, and so on. And as a gold member, you get access to my forecasts for various stocks and shares as well. I'm going to add more tech stocks in the near future about that. There will be also, we're already covering Microsoft, I'm already covering Apple, already covering yeah, Google basically, yeah, and a lot of others, PayPal, but also other stocks and shares like Procter & Gamble, Palantir, and so on. And they are doing really well so far. Now that's my view here on GALA. Hopefully you liked the update. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.